Good morning, gang. Happy Friday morning. End of the week. We finally made it to Friday. So, second job coming up. So, I don't know about the rest of you, but the heat and humidity is still pretty hot, I guess, if you will. It's summer, right? Okay. Mrs. P and I were out yesterday cleaning the garage and, sweating buckets and doing everything, but work's got to get done. And, you finish, you're like, oh my God, I want to get inside. I want to get back to where it's a little cooler. I want to get back to the air conditioning, right? Which brings up what I want to talk about this morning. This is a little different than what I normally do. It's answering a common question. And I'd say the most common question I'm getting lately from a lot of you, not only via email, but in the comments below recent videos, is what size solar generator would I need to use to run a window air conditioning unit? And I'm going to tell you right now, throw that idea out. All right. It's not worth it. And I'll show you why. Okay. Window air conditioning units use a lot of power. You have to buy the air conditioning unit, then you have to buy the generator. You are wasting a lot of money for very little productivity. Okay. So we need to have alternate solutions. I looked this up, okay, and I'll show you this real quick. So I looked up on the internet yesterday for a Forbes article, okay, for the most energy efficient window unit air conditioner. And it's a Whirlpool Energy Star air conditioner. Specifically, if we want to get into the model of it, it is their 12,000 BTU, 115 volt remote controlled air conditioner that handles 550 square feet. Okay. That's the specific. That was the most efficient air conditioner, energy efficient air conditioner that you can get. Right. So I looked up to see what this thing would cost. And that's where I get this. On Home Depot had the best price I could find of $484.99. Right? Okay. So here's the catch to it. Why I say you don't want to do this. Let's take a look at the technical details of this air conditioner. It uses, as you can see there in the circle, 992 watts, okay, to run it. A Delta 1300, a Delta 2, or even the OPS 1200 that we talked about the other day, okay, would run this air conditioner for about 1 hour. That's it, okay? And then you've completely depleted your generator down to where you've got to recharge it. Remember, I've told you before, we don't want to run a generator down below about 20%. So you're running your air conditioner for 1 hour, you wipe out that generator, now you've got to go recharge it. If you don't have any power, now you're going to go recharge it out in the sunlight. Hopefully you've got a bright sunny day where it's going to take you a couple, 3, 4 hours to charge it, and then you get to use it again for 1 hour. Not exactly efficient when you're talking about nearly $500 for the air conditioner, and around $800 right now we're getting for the generator. So was that $1,300 ballpark would get you roughly 2 hours of air conditioning a day. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's not efficient. Even if you got to the bigger generators, let's say you used a 2,000 watt generator. That means you could use their 2,000 watt generator, your bigger one, for 2 hours. Let's say you went really nuts and bought a Delta Pro or a Mango E or one of the jumbo generators that I've showed you guys that are 3,500 watts. That gets you 3 hours out of your AC. The most energy efficient AC out there. Okay. You want to use other ones. I've seen them, they'll go all the way up to 1,500 watts. 1,500 watts on a Delta 2, congratulations, you got 45 minutes of air conditioning if you run your generator out. Okay. Not the way to go. So we come up with alternate ideas. All right. And one of the products that I've told you guys about before is the Wave 2, the EcoFlow Wave 2 generator, all right? And if we take a look at this one here real quick, just so you guys can see this one, to remind you again, it's $1,000 right now on sale. It will cool a room of 110 or about 107 square feet, okay? Not 550, okay? So figure this is something that you're going to put into one room in your house, say a bedroom, and that is going to be your cooling zone, okay? The nice catch is you don't have to use a generator with this, and it'll run for 8 hours on a single charge, okay? This isn't a giveaway, this isn't a review, this is just answering questions. I've showed you guys this generator or this air conditioner maybe a month or so ago, just to take a look at it. But the question keeps coming up about window ACs. And it's not a good solution, guys. You need to have a better one, and this one, by the time all said and done, is a much better solution. Now, we can go very low tech, if you will, and you can get yourself a box fan and put a wet towel in front of it. That'll cool off a small room, probably about 100 square feet, okay? The issue that you might get with something like that, though, just be careful, is you are going to raise the moisture content, the humidity in the air in a room. You could wind up having a mold issue, right? So you got to make sure that you've got ventilation. But your best solution for cooling is not going to be a window air conditioning unit. And I know it seems like the most obvious, but it isn't, okay? So start looking at other ways of doing it. The Wave 2 is a great idea. Fans are a great idea. Does your house have the ability for a cross breeze through it? I mean, again, you want to think about it. Air conditioning has not been around that long, guys. Okay, society functioned quite well for centuries without AC. We've just got spoiled. And we all know that come an SHTF event, being spoiled is not what we're going to be able to experience. The other thing I want you to think about is this. You have air conditioning, you're not sweating bullets. It's going to be kind of hard to portray gray man when somebody comes knocking on your door and there's this rush of cold air at them, okay? Or you're going somewhere and you're nice and dry, you don't have nice pit stains going on or anything. You know, you could get down to something as simple as maybe your car is your cooling zone. You got to think outside the box. The days of cooling your house and walking from the bathroom to the bedroom to the kitchen in, nice 72 degree or 68 degree or whatever you keep your house at, comfort. In an SHTF situation, that ain't happening. If the grid goes down, that ain't happening. If electric bills all of a sudden go to $1,000 a month, what's one of the first things you're shutting off? Probably your AC, okay? You got to have alternate solutions for heat and alternate solutions for cooling. One of the things I like about the Wave 2 is it'll do both, okay? It can also be a heat source in the winter, so it's a good backup for that. Your window unit air conditioner, you can't turn around in the window and blow the cold air outside, the hot air inside. It doesn't work that way. With the Wave 2, it does work that way. You basically reverse the intake and output of it, and you can turn it into a small heater. Again, it's going to be a 10 by 10 room, but that's a spare bedroom, guys. And if you need somewhere to cool off, especially after working in the heat, one room is better than no room. And you all know as well as I do, the heat can kill just like the cold can kill. You got to drink lots of fluids. You got to try to cool down your core temperature. But that may mean sitting in a bathtub. That may mean a fan. Look at different things, but if you're willing to go out and spend $500 on a window unit AC, spend an extra $500 and get something that's actually going to work for an extended period of time. Just something I thought I'd start the day off today because I've got so many questions on that before, or so many questions on that recently, I guess, if you will. Don't waste your money on a window unit AC, guys. It's not going to work in the long run. Pinball out.